Hello, good after. This angle's wrong. Good afternoon, day 61, I believe. It's been some time. Uh, we're back. What is it? Today's Tuesday, December 20. Thursday, December 26th. Just got off work. Work was really slow today. I thought it was going to be a little bit more busier, but as what we always say, we'll take it. But yeah, just going back home. I'm gonna go to the grocery store, pick up some stuff, because I got nothing to eat for Friday and Saturday. So two salads. But I'm probably gonna be changing it up though. I'm probably gonna have like maybe a salad here and there, but I'm gonna. I saw a recipe. It was like chicken feta and regular feta, chopped up, sliced up, and on the side it was like mixed, like Walmart or HB. They sell, or I guess depending where you're at, they sell like frozen mixed vegetables, like mixed bags of vegetables. So like peas, corn, not peas, carrots, green beans, stuff like that. You would fry that up right on the side, and then eggs in the same bowl, and you mix them. So you got your protein, you got vegetables, plus you got more protein for your fajita and chicken fajita. I'm like, oh, okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna look to it. So it turns out chicken fajita is just chicken breast, just seasoned up and everything. I guess the way you season it up, consider chicken fajita. But yeah, just gonna go by the grocery store because I got gas this morning on my way to work, so full tank, so we're good. Um, get some stuff, and on my way back home, go to the not grocery store, go to the post office, pick up any mail that's there, and then head home. But what was I gonna say? Still for I guess Christmas Eve. So Christmas was just a day off, nothing too different. Christmas Eve was kind of the same thing. And just at the end of the day, I went over to my cousin's, and her family was there, my family, and and some other relatives came over. We ate, played some party games. It was a good experience. I haven't experienced something like that in a long, long time. So it was pretty fun. We stayed there to like 11:50, 11, for several hours. I don't know about several. It was what, 6? Yeah, 6 to 11. So yeah, quite a bit. But yeah, it was pretty good. And then like I said, Christmas was just a regular day off. Just went to the gym, came home, read my book, watched some YouTube, listen to music. That's pretty much it. Nothing. So I checked my schedule. So next week, um, I'm off Saturday, so that's like January 3rd, I believe, 3rd, 4th. Of course, we're off New Year's, and I guess maybe New Year's Eve. It's another half day. I'm not too sure, or if it's full day or not. But yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh man. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, just going back home. Nothing much. Um, yeah. So, but unfortunately, fantasy football is over. So that sucks. Because technically there was like still 2 weeks of like games to like the playoffs and whatnot, and then the Super Bowl. But uh, I guess because of our league is so small, it was a 4-man league. So I guess because the league was so small, that was only 2 weeks of play. 2 weeks of like for us like playoffs compared to like if you had a bigger fantasy league, it would be a little bit different. So yeah, of course I won it because we Well, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. So I came first, Fila came in second, Trent came in third, and Johnny came in fourth. Which is so. I get it. I feel it's not very happy about that. And I get it because like his, I guess what was it? It's like win percentage or I, I have to look at what the statistics actually called on there, but like his was less than his was like 0.2 something, which normally a team like in football wouldn't be able to compete in the playoffs with that type of like I guess win percentage, win record. Um, because me and Trent we're 8-4 or 9-4. I think it's 8-4 now still 9-4, but regardless, we had the same win loss ratio, win loss record, right? But obviously he lost to Fila the first week of playoffs and got eliminated, which is yeah, it, it was crazy where how it all just came to be, right? Because the week prior to the playoffs, I went against Trent. I beat it, Trent. Wait, wait, my bad. I was against Fila. Yeah, I was against Fila. I beat at Fila. I, yeah, I was beat. I was I? Man, sorry if I'm wrong about this. I'll have to make sure. I believe I went against Fila. I beat a Fila, and Trent beat a Johnny. But because Trent scored more against Johnny, he was positioned to face Fila versus facing me because he was number one in the standings because he scored more points overall, like for the season. Because prior I think I was above him, but that game he went above me. Well, there was a game he had scored like two. There was a week where he scored like 200 plus points, so he was above. He got above me, right? So because although I beat a Fila and he beat a Johnny, if he had scored less that week, like overall, like for his total for the season, than me, I would have went against Fila and Trent would have went against Johnny. But Trent scored more, I scored less overall than he did. I mean, it wasn't like a my fault thing. It was just Trent scored more than me overall at that point. So Trent, I guess how the bracket works, Trent was going against Fila, and I was going against Johnny first week playoffs. Versus if I had scored more in Trent overall, I would have went against Fila again. That's how it kind of Fila explained it to me. I'm like, okay, but I mean, by God's grace and just the luck of the world, right? I barely beat a Johnny. It was like a 10 point difference. But Trent lost to Fila. Even though Trent had the same record as me, it was 8-4. He lost, or I guess 8-3 at that point. He lost to Fila, and Fila blew him out by like 40 points, his highest record of the whole season, fantasy season, right? That the one first week of playoffs, he blew him out. It's like he lost. Statistically, he would lose. He lost more games than anyone else, right? He had the worst. He had the worst record out of all of us. Yet, first week of playoffs, he eliminated Trent. Week one, out. What was just thoughts of that? Like his that one week, his team just popped off for him because I mean, it was it was one of those things where if he had lost, I would have went against Trent. He would have against Johnny. I think Johnny would. Yeah. With how our record ended, the second week of fantasy football, Johnny would have beat a Fila because Johnny ended like 140 something. Fila was like 120, so Johnny would have won like I guess the losers bracket. But I would have lost against Trent by like was it 6 points? Because Trent was like 152, I was like 147 or so. Like I would have barely lost to Trent, but I didn't go against Trent. I went against Fila. So if certain things didn't pan out the way it did at the last week or two before the playoffs, it would have been a different winner, right? But hey, year one playing fantasy football, I take home the gold. So, but yeah, it was just funny how that all panned out, at the very end right there. Because I started I was 5-0, right, and then I think I had like a two or three losses in a row, like two or three losses in a row, and then like the next several games, I was going on a winning streak. No, I think I lost two, won one, then lost one, the one after that. Then I was just going on a winning streak after that, and then playoffs. It was just funny how that went, but because like we all had stacked. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, we all had stacked teams besides Fila. Fila had some good players, but he didn't have that money maker on his team, right? Because I had Josh Allen, and earlier in the season was Derrick Henry. Henry wasn't doing too good for me. Well, I guess till the very end, right? But in the beginning, he was doing good, but more than halfway through, he just wasn't doing the same. But Josh Allen, he was my rainmaker, right? Trent had Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, and Puka. Those here and there he had Puka, but it was pretty much Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I mean, if you were to put one, let's say one person each team, Josh Allen for me, Jamar Chase for Trent, and Charles Saquon Barkley for Johnny. Fila had, I guess, Joe Mixon. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had okay players. He had some decent players, but he didn't have a money maker, a point maker for him, right? It was just that one week he went against Trent. His players did pop off. I think Mike Evans was like 30 points plus. Like, he popped off, but his players weren't as consistent as ours, and you can tell by just the win-loss ratio of everyone, right? Like, me and Trent, we had the same record, so you can kind of say, like, me and him, we had good team. We had excellent teams. I think Johnny was like 5-7. I don't recall his exact record, but 5-7. So like, yeah, he did lose quite a bit, but he did win a good amount too. And then Fila was like what 3-8 or so. So like Fila lost most of his matches versus compared to all of us. But at the end of it, Trent, who had the same record as me, but was number one in the standing in terms of make the most points overall, got eliminated first week by it was the top player got eliminated by the worst player. And there's me, the runner up, just slide in for that. It wasn't like an easy victory, but I mean, based on how it ended, I would have beat Trent and Johnny if I went against either of them. The final, final week of, I guess the playoffs, right? The second week, final week of fantasy football for us. But it was just, I don't know, just the way it panned it out. It's kind of funny, just how it panned it out because of how, yeah. I don't know. It was just funny how it panned out because the person who should have technically won, who should have won it, lost first week, right? because majority of the time, if it was me against Trent, Trent has the hot, probably would have the better percentage of winning than me. But he didn't go against me in the playoffs. He got eliminated. He got eliminated first week, and then second week, it was against Fila. Like I say, if it was either Fila or Johnny, I would have won. I would have won based on how it all ended at the end. So it was just one of those things where it's like it all just panned it out in my favor at the end. It was just interesting how that all panning out at the end. So, but yeah, I'll call it here. I'm probably a few minutes away from the grocery store, so I'll call it here. What am I gonna tell it? Fantasy outcome of fantasy, something along those lines. I'll tell this video that. So, till next time, till Friday. So take care. And see ya.